here we are. Here we are. We are here. Welcome. This is SC2Newscast.com's Weekly Edit. Weekly Edit number 25. We've hit a milestone. This is 25. The first, I think, 6 episodes we did audio only. So that makes this makes like the 19th or 18th or whatever. Sorry, cats. That we're doing video. We're doing live. This is actually kind of cool. Let's actually bring up the main cam. So I've been working on a special project for the end of the year for a little while now. I've been having to alter it and change it as the year has gone on, but today is the day that we are going to announce them. It is a project that I am started, we here at SC2Newscast.com called the 2011 Silver Mule Awards. Now, what are the Silver Mule Awards? The Silver Mules are end-of-year superlatives. They're awards given away for performance and overall advancement. That I'm starting this year, and I'm hoping to continue and grow it. I've picked 20 topics plus one special topic that are, I think, kind of round out in a lot of things, and I'm sure as long as this keeps going, it will evolve and change, and I'll be getting more and more input, and right now, it was us here at SC2Newscast.com who kind of went over these things. I got some input and feedback from a few other people just to kind of get some good ideas. And we came up with these lists. So today we are going to announce it. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure. Alright, cool. Making sure that I'm online on Team Liquid. Okay. So the 2011 Silver Mule Awards. Now, we're going to start with kind of some of the less exciting ones and move up to the top tier. Excuse me, the top tier awards. And I've prepared things to say for pretty much all of these, so I'm gonna kind of be reading kind of what I've written about why certain ones were chosen, why each one was kind of picked, are defending our choices. Now, you can agree or disagree, and that's totally fine. That's in fact, that's what I want you to do. I want you to argue. You can post here on the Team Liquid thread, and argue what you like or don't like, what you agree with or don't agree with. So, before I'm gonna do like the first half, and then I'm gonna do the special award, and then we're gonna do the second half, the more top tier stuff. What I'm calling the top tier stuff. Okay. So the first award. Let's go over here. Hopefully. Let's hope everything is turned off. Okay. Sorry, it's black screen for a minute. Okay. So the first award that I'm handing out today is going to the best map makers or map making team. Best community map makers. Now, I'll just announce the winner and then the winners, and then I'll kind of read my spiel. The winners of the 2011 Silver Mule Award for Best Community Map Makers are ESV TV. Who else? Well, here's kind of what I wrote. While I wanted to pick my friends over at the Planetary Workshop, if you watch the show, you know that I've had Iron Man from them on a few times, for their advancements and work with the NASL, we in the end decided, we talked, and we chose to go with the ESV mapmaking team. While they are not the most prolific bunch that's out there, they do work very, very hard on their designs, along with focus on the growth of the game. They understand that this game will only move forward and be more and more effort into the community and into competition. While one of their maps, Test Bug, was featured in various tournaments, they had a ton of maps shown in the ESV.TV Korean weeklies, which also win someone a Code A spot in the GSL now. Not only that, but with the creation of the show Mapcraft State of the Terrain, they work to open up a world of map making to people who may be intimidated by the Galaxy editor themselves. So, keep up the good work, ESV. So congratulations to ESV TV. Alright, our first winner of the year. Alright. Now, this moves along as we're talking about maps. This moves us to our award for Best Community Melee Map. Now, the thing about this award is, in some ways, I feel kind of bad because I and we here, we don't have the opportunities to try out every single map, right? Everyone. There's so many good ones out there, but we have done a lot. I'm very, very pro. You can even watch my normal stream, not any of the shows, but just go and look at VODs on Justin TV and see that I'm always on there just kind of picking out community maps that I saw on Team Liquid and trying them, seeing how I like them. So on one level, I do feel kind of bad. Now, the winner of the award was is a more recent map, and it was chosen for a variety of reasons. So let's just go ahead and announce the award first. All right. The winner for Best Community Melee Map, and I'm sure it'll ruffle some feathers. Now, this was a hard one. While we were not able to play every map that was made, I personally make it a point to try a lot of them out. I also talk and listen to a lot of threads. In the end, the winner for this year is going to be the rather controversial map that recently hit the scene in Haven's Lagoon by the TeamLiquid.net member TimeTwister22. This map broke onto the scene and caused a lot of stir basically because of its very simple yet interesting design and focus on layout instead of aesthetics. The TL Mapmaking Contest picked it as one of its finalists because of gameplay, not any other reason than that, and that is what caused some ruffled feathers within the community from fans and mapmakers alike. This map shows and proves that beauty and art are not necessarily what's important in making a good map. And this young, first-time mapmaker showed that sometimes you have to break a few of the rules in the mapmaking community, those rules as you know them, to advance the game in a fun and very competitive way. So, as you can see, Haven's Lagoon by TimeTwister22. This is the map that we've chosen. We went back and forth with a few different things. One of the other options was, there's a few other, like the GSL maps of Daybreak we talked about. We talked about even old, like Tal'Dorei Maltar, which came out in January, so it did qualify for this year. But all of them had some problems. This map does have a few problems, but no matter what, you need to try this map before you judge it. It's actually pretty amazingly fun. I mean, outstandingly fun. It's a good map. I definitely think that it deserves the award. Not only for its layout, but for the controversy that and the way that it kind of changed the way we were talking about maps since it first hit the scene a little while ago. So, there's our second winner, the Best Community Melee Map. Let's see, I have my notepad here. Okay, that one's out of the way. That one's done. Okay, keeping track of everything we got. Alright, now we're going to go on to our next set of awards. Now this... Oh, let me go ahead and turn those off. Okay. Now, these are awards that are being given away for a whole bunch of different stuff, but a lot of for more community stuff along the lines of this whole first set is mostly kind of community and not so much just player and team stuff. This is more kind of community awards. So this next award is going to go. What is it? Where am I? I'm getting all mixed. Okay, here we go. All right. This award goes to the best overall league. Now, a league is something is, of course, you know, it's a competitive contest that takes various weeks or group play, or you know, it's not just one singular day competition. So, the best overall league of the year. Here we go. MLG. Now, we have to give it to MLG. While there's a tons of leagues out there, new and old, that some that just came out this year, the winner goes 100% to MLG. While the year started with for MLG with stream and content issues and continued with some format problems, otherwise known as the in control situation, it ended with the hardest ever competition gathered for an SC2 event yet to date. You add that to the technological changes and advancements to step up their productions, each event to itself even, and Sundance himself, the CEO, being directly involved with the community, and MLG comes out to be the clear favorite. There were and still are some issues there, but MLG has gone out of their way, invested money to place themselves in a position to claim the crown of U.S. national championships, and seem to be in a place to hold that title for many years to come. So, this year's best league goes to MLG. Congratulations, guys. Really, there's only a few other kind of big leagues out there, like the GSL. The GSL, after we deliberated, kind of lacks the overall level. While it has the greatest skill level of competition, it's such a closed community, and that's kind of where it lacked. And then like NASL, which has a lot, which I'm a big NASL fan, but it still has a lot of problems. It doesn't hold up a candle as of yet. So we're gonna go on to the next award. Let's kick those off the screen. All right, now this is the award for best single event LAN, the best one single LAN event of the year. And the winner of this one, not just LAN event, but what it really means is live event. The one big live event, okay? As not online is really what I was going for with LAN. So, the best single event of the year goes to GSL October Finals at BlizzCon. So, I wanted to pick MLG Columbus here for the overall air and feel that event had. But this was an event that set the tone. MLG Columbus was the event that set the tone for the year. But in the end, I have to pick the awesome GSL Codes Finals, which took place at BlizzCon 2011. The crowd was enormous and so into it. And they did have some technical problems, and we did have Tasteless's technology is the vehicle of esports speech. We had MMA taking the series from the defending champion all the way to John the Translator's awesome and minimalistic speech with tears in his eyes at the overwhelming love and support for the community and for the game that we hold so very dear. Mr. Che and the GSL have put together something very special, and it really truly culminated with that event in Anaheim, California. So that is why we granted the award to the GSL October. So congratulations, GSL. GSL just are so amazing. So congratulations to them. Alright, everyone. We're going to move on to the next award. Now, the next award, that was the best single live event. This goes to best single event online. Now, the the best single online event is a little bit harder to pin down than a live event, because a live event you have so many and a live event can be like one day, where an online event in general can't be. Yeah, it can, but not that anyone would take that much notice to. So the best single, but really what this is really covering is online tournament or online event. So the best single online event award goes to TSL 3. This really goes to the finals of the Team Liquid Star League 3, with the awesome casting of Day 9 and Chill, and the back and forth best of 7 series between Naniwa and Thorzane for the finals, and the now famous Chill Get Out speech from the Protoss hero. This series had everything you could want, and really put up a very, very strong European Terran Thorzane on the map. Before that time, he was known in Korea. He was known in Europe, but nowhere else. But this tournament he really put him on the map. It did not take long for the community, before the community was begging for TSL 4 to start. TeamLiquid.net does what it does, and it does it better than anybody else. So TSL 3 gets the Silver Mule Award this year for Best Online Event. Congratulations to Team Liquid. Alright, we're going to move on to the next award. Now, this is an award. This one was a little bit hard for me to pin down. Not just me, the staff and friends and everybody in general. There was a bunch of different opinions. We went back and forth on this quite a bit. But this is an award that, well, let's bring it on up. Let's bring it on up. Where do we go? Okay, I think it's this one. Yes. Oop, I typed that wrong. There we go. Best community-driven project. Now, what does this mean? This is an award that goes to the best project that's not done by so much by a company. It's done by one or multiple people in the community getting together and putting something together. Not just a tournament, not just I don't know. I'm trying to find the right words. It's for the best overall project that revolves around StarCraft 2, that the community itself put together and grew, or someone from the community put together and grew. And the winner, I actually, like I said, we did have some back and forth on this one. Some people wanted to name one thing, but in the end we went with a great project, and that project is the After Hours Gaming League, the AHGL.TV. Now this, in case you missed it, in case you weren't really paying attention, the AHGL is a project that was put together by everyone's favorite Day9, Sean Day9 Plot. This award goes to, let me just read what I wrote. This is an award that goes to a project started by a team or member of the community, either for entertainment or growth, and the winner had both. With Sean Day9 Plot, when Sean Day9 Plot announced the AHGL, it did not get a ton of reception at first, but what it got was all positive. Sean put together this charity event with a series of teams made up of the hardworking people at Amazon, Dropbox, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Twitter, Yelp, and Zynga. The point was to have fun, give something to charity, and to show the world that gamers are not all just losers that sit in front of their computers all day. They are good people with interesting jobs and still love to play the game at a competitive level. Sean donated $5,000 to the winning team's charity of choice, and in turn started something interesting and fun. Thank you, Sean, for the After Hours Gaming League. So the AHGL, AHGL.TV has won the award. And they've only done one season so far. They are prepping season 2 as we speak. So look forward to that. And I believe season 2 is going to have some more games, not just StarCraft. Keep an eye out for that. I believe so. All right. Next award. The next award is for Shoutcaster of the Year. This is another award that we went back and forth on. That there was various opinions about who we should go with. So we're gonna announce it, and so we're gonna go ahead with this. You can go ahead and agree or disagree. But this was what we came up with. Now, this was a bit of a hard choice. There are a number of casters, new and old, that made a name for themselves over this past year. While Day 9, Tastosis, Mr. Bitter, Doa, DJ Wheat, Cat's Pajamas, and others have done an awesome job, in the end, we gave the award to the dogman himself, Husky StarCraft, Mike Lamont. Not everyone likes Husky, but he went from a YouTube celebrity with a quirky casting style to one of the top and most respected casters for the MLG. Husky then went to the community for feedback and worked hard on stepping up his knowledge and casting style to what the community would like to hear. Husky in January to Husky now here in December is almost like night and day. While he still retains some of that silliness, that fun that made him popular as a YouTube caster, he's grown into someone that even young casters can look up to. So that is why we have chosen Husky StarCraft as Shoutcaster of the Year. So congratulations, Husky. He's done a good job. I mean, flat out. And not only that he's done a good job, but he has worked hard. He has worked hard for himself to try and continue to do a good job. So, while, like I said, there was a bunch of people we could have picked, we decided to go with Husky, so congratulations. The next award, where do we go? Here we go. Oh, yeah, no, that's Silver Mule Award. Okay, there's Husky. Alright, the next award goes to the best StarCraft 2 related show or stream. Now, there's a ton out there. There's only a ton of high quality. So the winner here should be of not much of a surprise to anybody. But the winner here was, of course, State of the Game. This was another hard choice for us here at SC2newscast.com. There were a couple other choices that we were seriously considering, but in the end, State of the Game was just above them all. While we wish that we, SC2newscast.com, could be the best, the choice is clear that it is JP McDaniel's State of the Game. Always entertaining, always drama-filled, and always insightful. JP has put together a good broadcast with a great mixture of hosts and opinions. So many memorable moments have come out of that show, including the hilarious bunker bank bit and Tyler's cold but direct stance on things. This is by far the show that has really come into its own over the year, and I see it continuing for quite a while. So congratulations to everyone over at State of the Game, JP, Day 9, Artosis, In Control, Tyler, whoever else is on the show. They always have various people. So, congratulations, State of the Game. Alright, the next award. Now, this is the final award of this set. These are the community awards. So, this is for best production. Now, this award goes to not just production as in like a live show, but stream production overall, graphics, interviews, content, the best just overall production. So the winner of this award for 2011 goes to IPL. Now, this award goes to one of the newer faces on the scene, and that is IPL. While seasons 1 and 2 were purely online streaming events, they did a ton to incorporate various casters alongside of interviews and content, and really put together a show out of their online tournaments. Then they ended the year with the IPL 3 tournament in I wrote Las Vegas. It was in Atlantic City. Why did I write Las Vegas? Oh my gosh. So they ended their IPL 3 tournament in Atlantic City, which had excellent production quality and awesome competition. Mix that with tons of streams and content, and they really put together a great SC2 viewing experience with the graphics and everything involved. So, congratulations to the IPL. They've really put together a good show. So, we're really happy for them. Okay. Now, we've done all those. Okay. Now, we're going to take a kind of a break for a minute. In fact, I think... Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to show a quick commercial, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do the special award. All right, everybody, we are back. We are back now. So, we're in the middle of the Silver Mule Awards for 2007. We're smack dab in the middle. We've done the first set, most of the community awards. We're going to give away a special award now. Now, this is the only one where we're actually giving away something. It's not just, the rest of them we're just kind of talking, but this one this is the special award. Now, we're calling this the Special Achievement Award for StarCraft 2 Advancement. This is not like a superlative. This is not like it's like, oh, what's the best of this? It's a special award given out for someone or something that's done something truly great and put together either a project, an event, whatever it may be, that they went outside of themselves and they really helped. Now, this award, I'm gonna just kind of read what we wrote for this. This is something that is given to a person, place, or thing that has really gone out of their way to promote StarCraft 2 as a game and as an esport. The first winner of this award, as it's the first year we're doing these, had few contenders. But after much talk and deliberation, we have decided that the winner of this award for this year goes to a place in the upper northwest called the Chow Bistro. Now, why is Chow Bistro famous? If you don't know, they are credited with taking a chance and an idea of a couple of StarCraft fans and turning it into a movement we now know as Barcraft. They're credited with that creation. Or actually, they're credited with taking the chance on that creation. Since the idea of Barcraft started hitting the scene, bars all over the world, from America to Israel, have been holding successful events, so much so that various articles have been written on the topic, including in the Wall Street Journal. Many bars no longer show football or basketball on the weekends, but StarCraft 2 streams. So, The Chow Bistro even has an awesome Barcraft menu, including items such as the Observer Plate, the Baneling Bombs, and a drink called the Stim Pack. Almost nothing in the past year has done more for the growth of esports than Barcraft, and that is why we chose to thank Chow Bistro for taking a good and risky idea and just rolling with it and giving it a shot. Not many places would have done that until, of course, it started picking up. But this was a community. This was the community and the fans, of course. But the reason we recognize Chow is because they really were the first ones to. They're credited with being the first ones to just kind of open it up, to take the risk with their bar and their business. So we have made a special plaque. We made a nice special award. I don't know what you can see there. So this is the SC2Newscast.com 2011 Silver Mule Award to the Chow Bistro Barcraft. This is stamped and signed and everything. And actually, like, as of this weekend, I will be sending this. It's framed, as you can see. I will be sending this to Chow Bistro, to the restaurant themselves. And it's just a little thing. I know it's silly, but I, as a fan, appreciate what they did. And we, as a community, you cannot deny what Barcraft has done. I mean, it's basically the most important thing over the past year for the growth of esports. So, congratulations to Chow Bistro, everybody. If you're in the Seattle area, go to Chow Bistro and give them support. Tell them how much you love Barcraft. Tell them everything, and hopefully they'll appreciate it. So congratulations to Chow Bistro. Now we're going to move on to the second set of awards. These are what we're calling the best ofs. The group of kind of, best player, best, the big ones, the big names. Okay, and the first one on the list is going to be best ladder map. Now, this one we went back and forth with some. Some people... Well, we're going to read. Well, this is a hard category, seeing as how most of the ladder maps are Blizzard maps, and therefore are pretty much garbage. There were some newcomers this year. While I wanted to pick Taldream Altar for the large number of really epic and interesting games and interesting design, the Protoss versus Protoss issue with that map pretty much kills it from being the absolute best. But the winner is one of the newer maps in the map pool, and it is Antigua Shipyard. While this map had many issues with it when it first appeared, it has shown nothing but beautiful and very interesting games on it. With easy-to-hold naturals and close thirds, a strong center watchtower surrounding gold expansions, this map has a lot of great aspects in its overall simplistic design. So that is why we chose that. Now, there's not much to that award, right? That's just kind of something we like to do. But this next award, Most Innovative Play. Now, this is an award that goes... for the person or group of people who really changed the game somehow. And this award for this year goes to a man that of course needs absolutely no introduction. While not having a ton of great results over this year, Slayer's Boxer did put together some huge things. Not only did he create his own StarCraft 2 team over the year in Slayers, which has since been deemed the House of Terran Innovation, but he has come up with him and his team have come to various events, and each time showed up with something new and exciting. While Boxer and MMA came to MLG Anaheim, they showed the power of the Blue Flame Hellions to such degree that Blizzard quickly were forced to nerf it. And add that to the recent GSL performance when he came with a very tightened version of a Reaper build that was supposed to cause damage, but instead straight up killed to advance in the Code A tournament. He has weak points in his play, and has for many, many years now. Even when he was at his best, he had weak points. But overall, Slayer's boxer Lim Yo-hwan has done nothing without flair and a very, very acute eye for finding and exploiting weaknesses in his opponent. By putting together a young and very strong team and getting the great Sela, formerly of the Were clan, to handle this bunch, Boxer has truly innovated the game in the past year more than anybody else that we can name. So, congratulations to Slayer's Boxer fighting. Alright, Slayer's Boxer. Now, I almost want to skip this because, well, this is an award for Best Random Player. Well, this is an award that I want to give out, but really, in the tournament scene, there is no clear choice. There is no winner this year. All the strong random players have since started race picking. Yeah, TLO and Morrow play strong with a couple of races, but they both neglect Protoss, and they pick their matchups and races on which they feel comfortable. All the great random players, such as Gumiho and Guinea Pig, and even Random King, have started race picking. So, in the end, for 2011, this award goes without a winner. There is no strong, super strong random. I guess we could pick Day 9. He's a random player, huh? No? So, no award for Best Random this year. But I did want to have we at least considered. We considered it. We went out of our way to search, and no award this year. Best Protoss player. Now, the best Protoss player, this one was a little bit up in the air. With, hold on one second. Let me adjust this and make it easier to read. Okay. With the ups and downs of Naniwa and MC, and the recent surge of FX Oz and Liquid Hero, the only strong and consistent player with multiple results has to be E.G. Huck. That's right. While not perfect in all of his matchups, Huck has shown the true strength of strong micro and multitasking while slowly evolving his gameplay from... Do you remember at the beginning of the year what Huck's gameplay was? Mass Colossus. Or it was a ball. It was like a 2-base Colossus push every game. That was pretty much it. So he evolved from the Mass Colossus to 4-gate to Blink Stalkers. So let's see how the strong Canadian does in the future. Does he have... I mean, he's one of the best Protosses in the GSL and one of the only true foreign contenders for something like a GSL title. So congratulations to E.G. Huck. I know that this is a picture of him still with his liquid shirt, but it's still a good pick. So E.G. Huck is the winner for this year. All right, now the next award. We went random, we went Protoss. Now to the best Zerg player, and oh, who is that? This goes to the smart and tight play of I Am Nesty. While not nearly perfect, he was the Zerg player to beat over this year. While he did win 2 Code S tournaments this year alone, plus 1 last year, he also had a handful of other second and third place results that put him above and beyond all the other Zerg competition through the majority of the year. So congratulations to Nesty. Not only that, one of the other reasons we really went with him was it wasn't like he innovated. It was like he refined stuff that already existed and did things and learned to scout and do. I mean, it was just his builds were very, very tight and beautiful. So Nesty, alright. Best Terran player of the year? Who do you think it is? This is actually a pretty hands down and obvious decision. It is I am MVP. While not unflappable, his win rates are just phenomenal. TVT, 73%. TVZ, 72%. TVP, 68%. So for an overall 71% win rate. Incredible. That's basically all we have to say about that. I mean, that's what we got for you. I mean, now, there's still more awards coming up, don't worry. That's just kind of these smaller, comparing just Terrans to other Terrans and whatnot. There is one final set of awards to come. But I was tempted, we talked about a few other Terran players, but I mean, hands down, you got to think of it in this term of, over the course of the year, who was the man to beat as a Terran? Who was the one that other Terrans look to? And it is, of course, the young and very strong I am MVP, so that is why he got it. So now we're going to move up to this is the final set of awards. These are the big ones. These are kind of the ones that we've chosen as, the big five. Like I don't know if you're an Academy Awards people at all, but there's the big five awards. Best Picture, Best Director. Best Screenplay. They're the most prestigious set of awards, that you can get in the movie industry in general. Just about. I mean, the only one that's maybe more prestigious is like a Palme d'Or, right? But those are the ones that you shoot for. So that's kind of what we went with here. That's kind of the idea of how we formed this. So here we go. The first of this set of awards is... Oops. The best pickup. I kind of spoiled it right there. So let's just go right here. It is the best pickup of the year, with tons of transfers, buyouts, and pickups in what is soon to become common business practice. The best pickup of the year has to go flat out to EG for the acquisition of Huck from Team Liquid. Other ones that were considered were the other main one that was actually considered. We talked a lot about the Complexity Root acquisition. But in the end, we did have to go with the other one was of course the EG Puma. So not only was Huck a proven champion with Code status when he was picked up, but is still arguably the best Protoss in the world, as we've already given that award out. EG then put together a series of clues and secret messages for the announcement, which intrigued the community for days. When the timer hit 0, everyone was hitting F5 keys so much that access to TeamLiquid.net was hard to come by. Once the dust settled, we learned that one of the top players in the world was bought away from one of the top teams, making Huck one of the highest paid players in StarCraft 2 to date. Since they picked up Huck, he is still given very high results, winning MLG Orlando and retaining his high GSL status. So Huck has really proven himself. Not only that, but with the acquisition of Huck, it put EG in a very powerful position, because they already had Idra, one of the strongest Zergs in the world. They had just picked up, recently before that, they had picked up Puma, one of the strongest Terrans in the world. So with the acquisition of Huck, they have now one of the strongest Protoss in the world. And I mean, it's a trifecta, It's hard to argue. So, congratulations to EG. The next one, Underdog of the Year. Now, this is an award. The way that we looked at this when forming it is we wanted to have like an award for it. It originally started as the conception of the idea was an award for like most improved player, but that's really hard to judge. Especially in a community that right now is so obsessed with results. They think that high results are the key to telling whether someone's improved. And that's in some ways true, but in some ways not. So the idea is Who's the guy that wasn't rooted for and came out of nowhere and started winning? Started taking stuff, and everyone was like, oh my gosh. And in fact, it's kind of like the Protoss champion. Just recently, a few days ago, Jockji, hardly anyone expected him to win. It was like, 19% voted Jockji and the other 81% voted LeeKook, right? It's kind of like that, but did it a little bit with something little stronger than one match, Because almost any high level player can take a match off almost any other high level player. We were looking for something even bigger than that. So, let's go back. The Underdog of the Year award goes to LeeKook from FXO, who we had just talked about. This was a kid, one of the youngest in the GSL, who has been focusing more time on school than on StarCraft, and while always showing good games over the past year and strong potential, he never really advanced much. He kind of hovered in that Code A, Code S area. When he came to the open bracket at MLG Providence, though, at the National Championships in November, no one was expecting him to make it out alive. With the stage and competition stacked against him, being considered one of the weaker Koreans there at the tournament, he fought through nerves and adversity to put together one of the greatest tournament runs in StarCraft 2 to date, only to follow it up with a Code S Finals just a week later. He went from a decent player to a beast almost overnight, and is now one of the most feared Zergs in the world. Being so young as well gives him a ton of time to put together runs here and there for many years in the future. So LeeKook has won the Underdog of the Year award. So congratulations to him. I mean, there's not much else to say there. Congratulations, LeeKook. The next award, Best Single Series of the Year. Now, this is an award... this is meant for the best of series, right? Like, I think you understand. The best single series of the year. There were many choices. We considered a lot. We considered Nestea series against MC in the GSL Coda semis. We considered MVP versus top with the nukes and Thor drops abound. We considered that... amazing Puma versus MC best of 7 in the epic NASL Season 1 finals. We considered Stefano's ZVZ. We even considered the LeeKook MVP that was just absolutely amazing in the last Coda semifinals. But the best series overshadowed them all. And it was, in fact, and just to give you an idea, when we were putting this together, the MVP LeeKook series was the winner. In between then and now, we changed that. Because what happened was the best series of the year was Jockji's Coda finals win over LeeKook. I mean, we got a 6-game series, so it was Jockji winning 4-2, with Game 1 and Game 4 both being so amazingly high level, with some of the most brilliant and developed high-end positioning and skill seen in StarCraft 2 yet. Yeah, a couple of the matches were quick and dirty, mainly I believe it was matches 2 and 3, but when you put the excitement from those together with the jaw-dropping amazement of the rest of the series, we got everything we could have wanted. We got something special that will be remembered for a long time. So it was I always hate picking. I always hate when we pick something that's very recent, because it seems like it might be picked just because it was recent, but I can't even begin to tell you how wrong that would be, because this series was absolutely outstanding. There's not much more to say about it. It was that brilliant. Alright, the next award, there's just a couple left. Team of the Year. This is the Team of the Year award. So this we considered many different aspects. But this was a very, very, very hard choice. Much harder than even the last award that we're going to give out. The year was split between a few different teams and for a few different reasons. EG had a huge year. Liquid had a huge year. IM had a huge year. Slayers had a huge year. They dominated the first half of the year, you know. The choice for Team of the Year, though, was none of those. The choice that what we went with was a team that you would not have expected to win an award like this 6 months ago. And the winner is FXO Esports. Now, this one's a bit weird, but bear with us. So the team made a big splash first a while back when they signed FX Oz. That was one of the first Korean signing with a foreign team. So that was part of it. Then, when they took what was a rather mediocre roster, excluding Sheth and QXC, the rest of their roster was pretty mediocre. They took them over to Korea to be the first foreign team to compete in the team leagues, in the GSL team league. So they had ups and downs, but in the team league, they did earn an epic win with the Bandana Terran, QXE. He gained an all-kill over one of the strongest teams in the league, IM. Once they were in Korea, they worked and they acquired the team Foyu. They acquired a Korean team with a very strong young group of players, including a kid by the name of LeeKook, who at the time had shown a ton of promise. That promise paid off with the MLG National Championships win and a GSL November Codex Finals. FXO has truly grown into a powerhouse of a team to be feared. So let's see what the next year brings to them. It's not just FXO. I mean, it's not just LeeKook. They've also had the extreme rise of players such as Gumiho and Oz Oz was in the semifinals. We were very close to having an FXO, all FXO Codex finals. I mean, it could have easily happened. So, really, what they did was they took a bunch of risks. And most of those risks paid off. It took some time, and it's still going to take some time. But that's why we went with FXO, because they put their balls out there, and they did things that most other teams would not have been willing to do, and that's why they win. They were that good. So we're going to move on. We have one more award. This is the big one. This is Player of the Year. This is single individual Player of the Year. There were many choices, but as we talked about earlier with the Terran Zerg awards, there's only one major player that stands out above them all. While he may not be the most innovative or the most entertaining to watch, his extremely strong and conservative play, together with his in-depth knowledge of builds and timings, makes IM MVP the clear winner over the past year of StarCraft 2. He was the player to beat the entire year, even when he dropped down to Code A for that short minute. I mean, he was the man that you had to go through. He was the final boss of the GSL, of any tournament he was at. He was the guy that you did not want to run into. But you knew if you were going to win, you pretty much had to run into him at some point. His results this year alone in tournaments far exceeds anyone else in both ranking and prize money. His 2011 results, here's just 2011 results. January, the Gainward SC2 tourney, first place. GSL Codes January, first place. April, GSL World Championships, first place. May, GSL Code A, second place. June, Saga City Invitational, first place. July, MLG Anaheim, first place. September, GSL Codes, first place. GeForce Pro-Am, second place. October, GSL Codes, second place. BlizzCon 2011, first place. MLG Global Invitational for South Korea, first place. November, WCG Korea, first place. GSL Arena of Legends, first place. MLG Global Invitationals Finals, third place. MLG National Championships, fourth place. GSL November, third and fourth place. MVP was clearly the best player of the entire year. While lately he has seemed more and more human and beatable, he still has basically what you would consider a top 4 lock almost anywhere in any tournament he goes to. And at only 20 years old, he should be around for quite a number of years to come. So congratulations to the man that we affectionately refer to as the Game Genie Terran. So congratulations. He was the player, best player of the year. So that kind of wraps up our little award show. I know it was nothing special. I know that there was nothing really that cool. I'm really, really excited actually about sending Chow Bistro though this award, because I'm hoping that they like send me a picture of it hanging somewhere. That would be awesome. Awesome to see. I know that if you agree or disagree, go ahead. I put a call out on the Team Liquid thread listing the topics and asking for arguments and submissions. So if you agreed or disagreed, go ahead and let me know. I'd like to hear who you thought or what you thought would have been better choices. I want to start a conversation on this. So we plan on doing these every year. As long as hopefully we're still going strong into next year, then we will be doing them next year. That's pretty much all that we have on that. A little bit of news. Oh, contest. Hold on. I forgot about this. All right. So, a few months back, I did a contest giving away a GG button. And the winner was a guy who, one of the casters for Imbalance TV, actually. So the contest at the time was to like us on Facebook and then comment GG on our wall. And then we picked one at random. I still have another GG button from that contest. I was giving one away, and then I kept saying I'm going to give another one away. Here's how to win the second GG button. Okay. Here's the contest. There's a bit of news to go along with this. This is actually the last episode of the Weekly Edit for the year. We're going to take a few weeks off, mainly because my wife and I are going on vacation in about a week, in like 2 weeks. And then with our work schedules and everything, we don't have time. So it's a good time to take a few weeks off. So we're going to hold off the Weekly Edit here until the first of the year or so. So you have about, 3 to 4, you have about 4 weeks. This is how this contest is going to go. This Weekly Edit episode number 25. You pick one of the topics, one of the winner's choices, and just pick one and tell me whether you pick one that you disagree with, and let me know what that disagreement was on the Facebook. So like us on Facebook, write on our wall the topic and why you either agree or disagree. And we'll pick one of the people at random to win another brand new GG button. See, this is mine. This is the other one. It's still in the box, brand new, unopened. Okay? It's been sitting on my desk for months. Okay, so in case you missed it, like us on Facebook, write on our wall one of these award topics and why you disagree, or who you thought should have won. and we'll start a conversation, and you'll be entered in to win the GG button. I'm going to go ahead and update this on the Team Liquid thread as well. So that's going to be it. So, and I'll be announcing the winner when we come back from our vacation. Then that's when we will the next weekly edit, basically weekly edit number 26 in about, let's see, let me look up a date. So the second, third. Yeah, look for us coming back probably the first week of January, so the second or third is when we should be back on live. And at that time, we will announce the winner of the GG button. So if you want one, go ahead and like us on Facebook and post on there. Other than that's about all the news that I believe I have. Also, during that time when my wife and I are on vacation, there will be no newscast. But there's not going to be much going on anyway. I mean, the Blizzard Cup and the rest of GSL is all we really have left tournament-wise for the year. So it's a good time to take off on a vacation. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been SC2Newscast.com's weekly edit. I'm the Amazombie. My real name's Will. You can call me Will. I don't care, but I'm the Amazombie. Be sure to tune in. Go to SC2Newscast.com. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. The podcast is a 5-day-a-week, 2 to 5 minute podcast recapping the day in SC2 esports and tournament news. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to hear the news of who won in the middle of the night while you were sleeping. That's about it. I think that's going to wrap us up. And we're going to have this uploaded. You can go to our Blip TV archives. You can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SC2Newscast, blip.tv/SC2Newscast, and watch previous episodes. And I think that's going to wrap us up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And like I said, I will be doing newscasts for the next couple weeks, but I will not be doing weekly edits. So see you around.